Hello, everyone. My name is Mo Zulfikar, and welcome to another episode of Income Investors. With me today is John Whitefoot. But before we talk about income stocks, I want to let you know that anything you hear in this video is for information and educational purposes only. Investing comes with risk. No matter how safe an investment sounds, there are risks involved. To read more about it, please see the description below. Crude oil prices are down from their highs of March 2020 to around 130 per barrel to about $70 per barrel. And there seems to be finding some support here. But there is a big divergence of opinions where oil prices are headed next. JP Morgan says oil could close at $76 per barrel in 2023 and $79 per barrel in 2024. Supply cuts from Saudi Arabia and demand fears are keeping oil prices in a tight range. Only way to play the uncertainty and get paid monthly is with today's high income yielding stock. Cross Timber Royalty Trust traded on New York Stock Exchange under symbol CRT. John?
Yeah, thanks, Mo. Cross Timbers Royalty is an oil and gas exploration and production company that holds 90% of the net profit interest in certain royalty and overriding royalty property interests in southern states like Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. It also holds a 75% of the net profit interest in certain working interest properties in Texas and Oklahoma. Most of Cross Timbers Royalty Trust's net profit income is from long-lived gas properties in the San Juan Basin of northwestern New Mexico. Because the 90% net profit interests aren't subject to production or development costs, the net profits generally only varies due to changes in sales volume or price. Meanwhile, the trust's 75% net profit interest conveyed from underlying working interests in 7 large, predominantly oil-producing properties in Texas and Oklahoma. The net profit income from these properties is calculated separately from each state and is reduced by production and development costs. Unlike some energy companies, Cross Timber Royalty Trust doesn't plow money into developing new wells. Instead, it pays out virtually all of its earnings to Cross Timber shareholders.
John, now let's talk about why should investors consider royalty trusts? What's so good about them?
That's a good question, Mo. Royalty trusts are a popular choice for monthly dividend stock investors. They own rights to specific assets such as mineral rights, natural gas reserves, or intellectual property. Those companies collect royalty payments from whoever is using the assets, in this case, oil and gas, and then the royalty trust distributes the payments to shareholders, mostly through monthly dividends. And because the distributions aren't considered to be taxable events, the monthly dividend yields are uncommonly high.
And what can you tell me about their monthly dividends?
Well, as an energy company, Cross Timber's monthly distributions will fluctuate based on volume prices and development costs. For example, this past June, the company paid a monthly distribution of 0.077 cents per unit or 92 cents per unit on an annual basis for a yield of 4.12%. And in this past May, the month before that, it paid a distribution of 18 cents per share. So that's a pretty big discrepancy between 18 cents per share and 0.077 cents per share. But again, the company's monthly distribution will fluctuate. As a result, its dividend will too. But on a year-to-date basis, its payout is up 42% over the last 12 months. So far this year, Cross Timber's royalty stock payout has totaled $1.11. Over the same period last year, it stood at 87 cents. In all of 2021, it paid out $1.11 per unit. So that just goes to show you again how it can vary from month to month and year over year. And keep in mind, there's still 6 months left of payouts left in 2023. And by all accounts, it appears as though this year will be another year of distribution growth for this dividend stock.
And how are Cross Timber's unit doing?
Well, the Dallas, Texas-based company isn't exactly an overlooked energy play that's poised to, rip significantly higher. It was one of the best performing stocks, energy, oil, and gas plays in 2021, with its units up 53%. And last year, its units were up 144%. It's been a slightly different story in 2023. In the opening weeks, Cross Timber's royalty units climbed 28%, hitting a new record high actually of $29.26 per unit. But uncertainty about the economy and how a potential recession will impact supply and demand is actually keeping a lid on oil prices for the time being. Cross Timber Royalty Trust units are actually down from those record levels at around 22 per unit. Despite the slight pullback, though, CRT stock is still up 17% over the last 3 months and up 75% over the last 12 months. We've actually been following Cross Timber Royalty Trust stock for a while. In fact, CRT stock is up more than 80% since we last looked at it in July 2021.
All right, John, thank you so much for such great insights. The energy sector at the moment is facing a lot of headwinds. There are questions about, where oil prices could end at the end of this year, but the long-term outlook for oil and gas remains robust. This is great news for Cross Timbers Royalty Trust stock and its high-yield monthly dividend. That's it for today. We'll be back soon. In the meantime, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now.